Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
Radio?
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Hang on. Did you find out more about the boots?
Yes. It took some convincing, but I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
Yep.
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
I was born ready, baby.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Cortenaer.
Corti.
That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th
42.
of February 09.
Neonatal care unit?
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2.
Found in a leaf compactor.
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict.
Honorable discharge.
Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol.
He was found in a leaf compactor?
It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
Any information on his foster parents?
None, officer. Sorry.
Well, we have to connect him to Crenel as the armor?
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
And we have his name and service record now.
A name. This is very good.
70 experience points.
Elise Cortenard.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. 57's over and out.
Thanks, Alice.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
No. Our super visual calc. Alright. Find a way into the secret passage. I don't know about that one. Replace the lost bull, which we could have, but we'd sold it and you can't buy it back. Okay, the only thing we can do really is speak to Classy about the other night, but we'll get rhetoric. Oh, we've got volition on the doorbell as well as with her. There's also some rhetoric with ceiling. We can conceptualize on the box of sunglasses. A lot of rhetoric checks. Rhetoric would be a good one to, a good build to have. We can't do composure with Rene. It's locked because we tried it. And some of these are, yeah, the ones that aren't available are still there. Interesting. Almost feels like the game wants you to save some points to spend on what you know you need to point up for. Because what do we do once we've done everything and we don't get these? One of the things we wanted to do was go speak to what's-her-face. She might be able to give us something. The lady that's the representative for the company. And based on what Titus has told us, we could probably go speak to Everard as well. We can also go speak to the last-ditch effort. We could go speak to the big guy out the front of the dock workers.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Let's talk about winching.
Of course. Anything to help.
No, we got nothing.
I am sorry.
So Everard's the... I don't think Everard will have anything either. What's Titus's one? Talk to Titus is rhetoric. And it was possible. It's like super high. Got... Not missing any on the bonuses. You get a +1, which is not very much.
Right to work!
Hey, mañana.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
What role is this one?
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you.
Yeah, we've got a...
The drawer slides shut smoothly.
We do have some volition roles, but... I wonder if they've cleared Renee's body out.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. René left his uniform neatly folded on the table.
Take
I
it.
suppose René is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though. Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colorful clothes, okay?
I'm not taking it for the clothes. I mean, I kind of am. But... +1 to Revacholian nationalhood. Points give you +1 to reaction speed.
Wow, this jacket makes you feel strong, as if your blood is mixing with that of the venerable Philippian loyalists of old.
Mixing. Does my blood need mixing? Or is it as good as it is?
Apologies, you're right. The need for a strong central government has always been clear to you. You're a true patriot of Revachol, born to do it. It's time to clean up the streets and restore the city to its former glory. Whether you like it or not, this jacket gives you serious nationalist cred.
Oh, man. There's no icon for the pants.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here.
Need to roll a
If anything,
19.
it seems to have grown slightly.
Probably not rolling a 19.
Mr. Dubois, the word in Martinez is a certain police officer is once again happily reunited with his service weapon.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Congratulations, my friend. I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with?
Look, my gun.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
Not at all.
I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again, Harry. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you?
Go over the details concerning the murder again?
Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you.
Everett met the Hardys, asked them to cooperate with me.
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
I wonder how many times you do that. You only got the 1 point from it, but it'll tell us that every time, I guess.
By all means, Harry. What's on...
Okay, so Everett's not helpful either. we can map out of here. No. Just leveled up before, and I was putting points into stuff that I wanted to build my character in. What I think we needed to do was not put any of those points in, because we had like 2 we could have used, and then just talk to Titus, and then just talk to Titus again. But that's what happens. So rhetoric? It's a rhetoric. Rhetoric negatives, I don't think. So minus to rhetoric. Oh, that's a plus.
It's you again. What is it?
Oh, it's different than calling us a clown. Okay, so 42% chance. Oh, we could have pushed him on the tape. Oh, we did push him.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter.
One of his boys will.
Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside, under the rising sun, tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light.
That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim.
Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Because you're a foreigner. Because you work for the wrong people. Because they like killing. I don't think it matters here. Probably the foreigner one more than the others. Because you're a foreigner.
Goddamn right. Don't come around if you're not from around.
Fuck you! I'm not from around. That's not why we...
There we go. Don't come to the wild north if you are not white enough.
They just hang you like in the Dark Ages, make a display of your corpse, or they club you from behind, string you up and go back to drinking.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We didn't hit him, okay?
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Look at Kim first.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean?
Push the tough guy. You need to kill me like you killed him for no reason. Or to Theo. Angus was the fat guy. Theo was this guy, right? Yeah. Let's press Theo. He's got the gun.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm too old for a shot like that now.
You hear that, Angus? They're gonna kill me too.
Suddenly, there's an awful ringing in your ears. Your body temperature spikes. You're burning all over with fear. To your right, you sense the air move. The lieutenant draws his firearm. You only manage to perform one more movement. An instinctive jerk to your left. Then, no sound. No one screams. It's impossible to say where it comes from. More dead cops. Sad news from the district of Martinez, as the bodies of 2 police officers are found floating in the canal. It is believed the officers were pursuing a murder investigation, but got caught in the dock workers' strike and were gunned down under unclear circumstances. Such needless loss of life is truly tragic, a local union leader, Everard Clare, commented, and added that although the event is truly horrid, we can expect similar incidents to follow if right-wing vigilantes are allowed to run around uncontrolled and try to wriggle their way into well-organized neighborhoods.
Let's go again. I wonder if picking the wrong one caused them to falter.
It's you again. What
Means
is
you gotta
it?
make the roll again. But I made the roll. I first tried the roll.
Convince Titus
We made it again.
he's being manipulated. You should just remember it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside, under the rising sun, tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light.
All right. Sit down, case closed, Kim, we're going home.
He'll get
he
it.
does the
Got it.
thing, he writes it down.
You-
because we're a foreigner.
Fuck you.
There we go. Don't come to the wild north.
club
if
you
you're
from
not
behind.
white enough.
It wasn't that.
That's it.
That's
Officer.
him.
Firearm. He's
We
onto
see it,
you.
we look at Kim
The
first,
lieutenant. What?
and then we
What
speak
does
to
that mean?
Angus first.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
I knew he was dead first.
Shut up, Angus!
Does she kill us? He was dead before you hanged him.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment. The room falls quiet. So quiet, you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
The 8th person.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Whisper to Kim, we did it. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
So like a really small spike to the back, maybe? Piercing through?
Girls plural. There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
The window?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. And there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs?
Yeah. He's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Okay, he's not the eighth Hardy.
Tibbs. That's short for...
Short for Tiberius?
Yeah. Good man.
Bet their father's name, Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway.
Class C didn't kill him. Why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
Oh, we didn't know that. Who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Yeah. Who was the other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it. For political reasons. It sent a good message.
That's hers, isn't it? The missing eighth Hardy?
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus.
We're Hardy boys. And that's it.
Sure. But can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to.
So who killed the Merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
That's a long way away. Like, that's down at the Waterways way then. The church?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
On the boat?
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klasia. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
Maybe.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
You had ideas about his past too?
I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb as he looks.
Thanks, Titus. I'm going to talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
I need tea. I think I can do tea. I also want to talk to Classier. I'm torn. I'll put the 2 stages. No break. Kettle on, come back.
It's always good to see you.
I don't think I need to take this role.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
The 8th person was, we don't know exactly, but it's a girl, and the Hardy boys. So that's the 8th set of tracks. So it looks like there's 7 Hardy boys, and a girl that hangs around sometimes. Possibly a sister, I think, of someone.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions.
No, we don't know who killed him. But they didn't. They hung up a dead body.
Is it? Something is off here. Shush. I can't hear what she's saying.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Hey, man.
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
I am not. There is more here, miss.
Oh, we were fine, Kim.
You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, grey and pale violet in the morning light.
What lies beyond it?
The pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Fucked? People after her? Moral intern people? This isn't Orionese lit.
Moral Interns. Yeah.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
You said you studied RNE's lit. What is with this fugitive stuff?
I did. I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really good at. Got picked up by a bank. Competitive intelligence, they called it.
Ooh, tea and pancakes.
After that, I sort of transitioned out of the whole culture scene.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
Taps on his notebook.
The job was Lewis-Duane County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewis-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lewis-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
That's why she knew how to do that phone line cutting thing.
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me.
I'm sure there are people who have done much worse than that.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people, too, not just C-suite. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
I mean, it doesn't sound like the coast, because the coast is down this way, and the bed is over here, and the window's there. And up here is like where Joyce is on a boat. But I'm thinking that that's irrelevant, that, or maybe the apartments.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass.
So maybe the actual physical angle's not relevant.
I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I had a look at that, Bees. Never got around to it.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
That's why his armor was all over the place.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Your cigarette, miss.
Oh.
I'm sorry this happened to you.
So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Yeah, Titus said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
When it happened, did you hear a gunshot? Or did you kill him?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
She said she saw a hole in it, though. If it's exploding, why is there a hole in it?
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Why did you call the cops if you're in hiding now?
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
I don't think so.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
The Kuno.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby's got to be the other girl. They're hiding her in the container in the docks.
Ruby?
Who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys.
I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Alright, what then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, but I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
That explains the minor lividity change.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yeah, but it didn't quite match up.
Yes.
That's why we thought he might have been strangled.
This is concurrent with your doubts at the autopsy about the coloring being.
I knew it.
About half an hour had passed since the moment of death.
She nods.
You were late. The marks would be faint by that time.
In honor of another precise forensic observation.
Points healed. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby. Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question
Oh,
to
there's
the
also
Hardy
the
Boys.
door off the kitchen. So we've got the door off the kitchen and the crate at the docks.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
But maybe it did.
I just don't know. I don't know anything.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
Probably.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In a bedroom? Inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Lieutenant glances at me, then the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or...
Return to this later. Are we wearing the right clothes as well? Looks like we've got our stuff on. Yeah, okay, good. What's this door? I haven't noticed this door.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy. Must be something valuable inside to go through the trouble of protecting it. The door is very sturdy indeed.
Where does this lead to?
I don't know, Lieutenant Yefreiter.
Maybe that one leads to the one downstairs, but how did they...
It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Yeah, but someone could have come through there.
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers.
Tap on the roof with your foot.
A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
So maybe the door below is a mega investigation.
No, still a mini investigation.
Fine. Can we look at the glass again?
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an
we only fell on a
untarnished
double
golden
one.
halo.
And we've had one of them this game.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind.
Oh, look at that.
In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
Okay, so he has the pillow up here, but for some reason they're doing it... she's got her head at the foot of the bed. So he's facing the window. So he gets shot in the mouth. Where I was thinking it was going to be the other way around. He's getting shot in the back of the neck. And the bullet's coming out of his mouth. Shouldn't there be a bullet hole in the wall either way? Unless there's a tiny bullet, like, unless that's what the doctor's pulling out of the back of his throat that we missed because he was all garbled up. There's like some tiny... Someone shot a poison capsule into his mouth or something. That's sounding very James Bondish.
A two-hearted spider.
A two-hearted spider. I'm going to have to use that. Hey, Mrs. Panz.
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling. The woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
If it's gone through his mouth and into his brain while he's on his knees bent over her, it's got to come from below, right? How does it come from below if the glass is there? Like someone lying out here?
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Should there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot.
So they've had to come up through this door then?
The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Which actually means that A prime would have been coming down on the bottom angle here, up that way. Not coming downwards. Anyway. Could the shot have come from inside the room? And gone through his brain, out of his mouth, and the bullet out on the thing? Not a chance.
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void.
Yeah.
These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime in the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
There have been another point of origin.
That's a 28%, yes.
Huh.
In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Yes.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Dude, I'm so glad we took Visual Calc Run for this. Look at this. Let's have a look at B prime, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Okay. B double prime, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
From a tent. We know there's a tent out there. B triple prime.
1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer.
Alright. We haven't been able to get up to there. Or is that the... Yeah, so that's behind the... These are two are behind the church. We haven't gotten up to this area yet.
The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez? It's going to come down to the ballistics report we get back from the autopsy.
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime the boardwalk, B double prime Land's End, and B triple prime the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still...
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on.
Yeah, Occam's razor and all that jazz. Bees has sale FOMO. That's a good point. I mean, I kind of get sale FOMO as well when it comes to video games. So my current take is I either buy something for new release to play on day one, and then I don't care if it goes on sale a week later, because my plan was to play it day one, right? But for older games, you know, I just wait for it to go on sale, and then I don't fear. And as long as I can play them, you know, before they could possibly go on a bigger sale. So games that are slightly new, they fall in that weird spot. It's like they could go on sale, and I don't really need to play them, but I kind of want to. So I usually just do nothing, and then eventually a sale comes around, or I forget about them completely. Either way, I don't end up buying them at high price. Or I get them in my Humble monthly, and then you get it for free, and you can play it whenever. That's always a winner. The worst one is when I buy it. The worst one is when you buy it at full price or high price, and then later you get it in a Humble monthly, and you're like, man, I still haven't even played it. We can try to give Titus Give Up Ruby, or we can go for the shot. We're going to go for the shot first. Do some walking around. But I don't know where that inlet one is. Oh, we can maybe get to that. Okay, let's go travel to church first. We know one of the shots is the island. Is that up top here? I think that's the very tip of the spot you can get to up here, is the island. Oh, she could also be in here.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the
Need
depot.
to roll 20 on an
The wind
interfacing.
has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
Could this
You see
structure have been
a
used to
handle.
take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Good point. So yeah, there is this one little bit of island you can get to. I think there might even be a bridge, or you just go across the snow. Oh,
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower and took the shot there.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
What about cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joan? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Tumutiri was a Revacholian colony on Ilmaran. The Suzerainties population was
He just
mostly
leveled up.
Ilmaran Areopagites, up to 97%. The region was known for its tobacco export, hence the name.
I want to know a lot more about this.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
The
I do.
butts you saw had a silhouette of a boy wearing a coffee hat, a tobacco picker. This boy is the Tumutiri brand logo. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Juan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, a legendary cigarette from Grad. Tumutiri is favored by older men who like its old-fashioned paper filter tips, insane amount of tar, and the sweet smells of colonialism and halva.
I mean, if he's going to talk, I'm going to eat. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fire this time of year. Truthfully, This seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out biddable prime, was it?
That's fair. Tough shot.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance and the air, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible.
I'm pretty sure whoever did it has some sort of training. And if it's someone after him, it could be someone, like, especially with his military background, it could be someone with a lot of
On
training.
the third floor of the Whirling in Rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape
have a scope.
move
They'd have a scope.
behind the glass, her limbs long and slender.
Okay, boardwalk. I wonder if we have to meta this and save the point for if we miss a roll. I think we do. Come on, Kim. We're almost there, mate. Oh, Kim, that's where I found my gun. Man, I wonder if they could have done it from this building. Dude's back again with his son. This is not being counted as the boardwalks. Oh, it could be down at that spot of the boardwalk. Okay. Be a little bit of irony there, I guess, maybe. Getting shot from the site of the firing squad wall. I need to find a spot here. I don't think he's going to find it. I mean, this whole section's the boardwalk, right? Church is in the way. Oh, maybe it's this spot. Up the back here.
There's some tear, an empty...
Where's the boardwalk location? What does he say? The island? The boardwalk or... Land's End was up the very top. The boardwalk and the island. Like this whole section is the island. Is there a log? I don't think there's a log on the on all the dialogues we've had. I was thinking maybe there was, because there's a ladder here, maybe there was a thing to see. Oh, it could be where What's-Her-Face is trying to dig up. It's not really a boardwalk. That could be an island though. Go around here though. Actually, would have been a really cool touch to have like a full log so you could go through all the dialogue that's happened. I don't think it's in there anyway. No. Try the fisherman shacks. Hold up in the shack. Nope. Well, hello, miss. Sit. Up. Sit. That's my dinner. It is. And all your We touch my spaghetti balls in those. No, not for pepper. Not for pepper. It's nice how you sit nice and calm and quiet when I've got food on the desk. Normally you run to get away. Look at you. Give it to me. Give it to me. Where's Chloe? Chloe? Something there. That's the fisherman one again. Well, this is the island, yeah. So the 3 spots was Land's End, which was the bit up the top where there was like a beacon tower. And then we went to the boardwalk, but we couldn't find any of the spots around the boardwalk. And then there's the island, which is also this one. The boardwalk could also include this part up here. But, it makes more, from the angle trajectory, it's one of these ones, right? It still could kind of get there. So the Land's End one was here. Where down on the island? I don't know. We're just going to be somewhere and he's going to pop up with a little thought bubble patch. I'm really surprised we can't find the boardwalk one though. Nothing up in. Didn't matter where we went on here, we couldn't get the thought bubble. So I think it's just the wrong spot. Try the this section down here. You mentioned somewhere about where the coin operated binoculars. saw, but I think that's the one that we've already got. While we're here, Joyce.
You're back.
Volcano-looking structure on the map. Here? We can't get there. But potentially that could be where they're talking about. Which is another one that could be the island, but we haven't been able to get there. It hasn't even been a discussion with anyone. The closest thing is a reference to it from like this balcony. It just seems illogical to say look at them on the island or from the boardwalk. Well, nothing's been super not vague in this game. And this is where we are here is sort of up behind, so these don't make sense. But like one of them was look on the boardwalk, which runs from here, in front of here, and then all the way along here and down there. And it wasn't any of those. So basically, go looking on the island, which is all of this area, and then there's the boardwalk, which is all of this area, yeah, but slightly narrowed down. And the other one that we've got, which was Land's End, which I mean that's probably the most pinpoint one if we're paying enough attention to know what they considered Land's End be. There might have been reference to it at some point. Let's head back down there again.